Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Howdy.
Howdy.
Welcome to the In Wheel Time car talk show. Just ahead, we talked to Craig Meaux about Texas Toot.
What?
Use your imagination. Mars reviews the Kia Niro. That's not N-E-R-O, it's N-I-R-O.
So the fires are burning.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Plus, we'll have the events calendar, and later we'll talk to Woodlands High School aficionado out there. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not because it's supposed to be a cruise in today. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
maybe it's not raining up there, but it's pouring here.
47 degrees, dark, nasty, chilly,
all that. Well, howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong is out today. We need more. Jeff Zekin is here, and I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this rainy Saturday morning here in the Houston area. And joining us right now is a fellow by the name of Mr. Craig Meaux. He's the owner and builder of Texas Toot. Craig, good morning to you.
How y'all doing?
Well, we're doing just fine, thank you, and thanks for joining us this morning. We have to ask you, what is Texas Toot?
Texas Toot is just a home-built project, something I can go mudding in and burnout contests, street crews, car shows, just something to have fun in.
Well, the only thing that I can recognize about Texas Toot is the body of some sort of that looks like a foreign pickup truck. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. It's a Japanese cab-over truck. It's right-hand drive and everything.
Oh, wow.
So what is it exactly?
It's called a AutoZam Scrum. AutoZam was made by Mazda. And then, as far as I know, I don't believe that AutoZam's still around anymore.
And what year is that? Because that looks like a 60s style.
It's a 1992.
No, I only missed it by 30 years.
What the hell?
Yeah,
a little bit.
1992. Well, I have to tell you that it is truly eye-catching, to say the least. What size are the wheels on this thing?
So I made the wheels by hand out of some tractor barrels, and they are 30 by 15.
30 by 15. Well, they're huge.
Yes,
and yeah. Now, did you cut those tires yourself?
I had the centers cut out with a CNC machine, and I inset them and welded them all in myself on my shop floor.
You, sir, are a very talented man, because I don't know as if I could make a wheel that would be perfectly round.
Yeah.
It would be lopsided, and it would be a total mess. Well, it's quite a stunner. And did you build this for the Hot Wheels Legends Tour purposely? I mean, was that what you had in mind when you started building it?
No, sir. I actually, just like I said, I built it for myself to go have fun in. It took me a year and 8 months to build it.
Wow.
And it's been a kind of a dream of mine always to build some type of monster truck. I always go to monster truck shows as a kid,
Right.
And mud bogging is fairly common down here. And so I figured I'd build me a giant monster truck, mud truck setup, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the pictures that you gave us, there's one iteration that you've got here that the thing is actually looks like it could be streetable because it's not so high up off the ground. So you've done some modifications to it, clearly.
Yes, sir. It's got 16-inch nitrogen shocks. I've only got them inflated to maybe about 6 inches off. So they got another 10 inches of height I can get out of it, but it leaves me with a softer ride. And I do plan on having it street legal, hopefully here in the next couple months.
Really? So that you're working on getting it street legal. How cool is that?
Yes,
so
sir.
It's got to have turn signals on it, brake lights, and all of the stuff that you need to get it inspected.
Yes, sir. I have trailer hitches for the front and rear of the truck, and I'm going to do a drop bracket for my headlights and taillights that'll tie into the factory setup. And then I just got to get some DOT tires, which Mickey Thompson makes some 58s that are DOT.
There you go.
So if I can get some of those, get the headlights, taillights down, I've already got a title and everything for it. It's 11'7" off the ground to the roof rack. So it's underneath that 14-foot height limit, and I can't go over 102 inches wide. So it's within, I think it's like 98 inches wide total. I'm within the legal limits.
My question is, where did the name come from?
The name?
Yeah.
I just wanted something, I guess, more or less to represent Texas. And then I have train horns on the back of it.
I see that. We're running pictures of it right now.
Give me 1 second. Can you kill the AC system? I can't go out here. The train horns came off of a previous project, and that's why I had it mounted up on the bed of the truck, because I figured, why not have the biggest horn you can get on the smallest vehicle you can have? You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, and it works. I love the ladder frame. What kind of motor do you have in it?
That is a 454 that came out of a 72 El Camino SS.
Nice.
It's a 2-bolt main, and I had fully rebuilt it from the ground up.
Yeah. Have you put it on a dyno? You know how much kind of horsepower you've got on it?
No, sir. I've had a buddy of mine kind of help guide me through as far as the engine building process, because he's built quite a few of them and he's had them dynoed. And I was told it's somewhere between the 600 and 700 horsepower range. That's before the 250 shot nitrous.
Oh my gosh! On a 2-bolt main, yeah, and you're still able to keep the thing together. Have you actually give it the shot of nitrous when it's under full acceleration?
Well, I've taken it to one mud bog so far, and the only part on that motor that I didn't rebuild myself was the rotating assembly, because it had, I was just adding on the heads and oil pan and cam and everything.
Right. Well,
I spun a bearing in my rotating assembly, so I hadn't had a chance to put nitrous on it, but now I got to rebuild the motor.
Oh my!
And I'm going to go ahead and build it up to a 496 now, and I'm working with the company to do a full blower setup on it now.
Nice. Yeah. Well, so let's talk about Hot Wheels. And this, I understand, is going to be a Hot Wheels car?
Yes, sir. It's going to be made into a 164 die-cast model. It'll be available next fall.
Next fall. Well, congratulations, because I understand that's quite a process to have your car selected to be recreated as a Hot Wheels.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I think it was, dozens of shows across 16 countries, and they picked one winner out of each show, and it wound up being, was it 20? I want to say it was 24 contestants for semifinals. Then they picked 10 out of those 24 to go on to grand finals, and then they'll pick that one winner to be made to the Hot Wheels.
And how do you present the car in competition? I mean, do you have to physically take it somewhere, or do you send in pictures? How does that work?
I want to say they had some virtual ones, but most of them are all actually in person. Bring your vehicle out, show it. And the funny thing is about it, whenever I went to that show, I didn't realize how big of a deal it all was. Because for years, I've gone to car shows, and I just got done building the truck 2 weeks prior and had just got it out the shop. And I was like, well, I'll take it out to the Hot Wheels just so, kids can see it at Hot Wheels show up in Houston. Wind up winning, and then that's when I found out about the whole Hot Wheels Legends Tour, and it's been a phenomenal just ride throughout the whole process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wow. Exactly. Now, does Hot Wheels come through Houston frequently?
They've got members that are like from Houston and whatnot. They do shows all over the place, and it just so happened they had a competition that was going on in Houston, and that just happened to be the one I wound up showing up at. Wow. But as far as the Legends Tour, they're only going to tour at one location for that year. They're not going to keep going to that same location.
I see. So it's a moving kind of thing.
Correct. They're actually the largest touring car show around the world.
Wow.
Now, are you gonna be able to re-enter the show?
That I'm not sure of. I know once you win a show, I don't believe you're able to re-enter another show of that season. I'm not sure about the years following that. I'm sure you probably could.
Yeah, if you have another,
not all I know of it.
If you've created another vehicle, you probably could. What do you normally do for a living, Craig?
I'm actually a dock operator. I don't do any kind of fabrication process or any of that stuff for a living.
This is all a hobby, kind of like
wow.
thing.
Yeah,
it's just something on my days off.
Where did you pick up the skill to do this stuff? I mean, was your dad involved in customizations and builds and fabrication?
I mean, just growing up, I always did carpentry work here and there. I was always tinkering around with electronics and just building different things growing up. My dad taught me carpentry and taught me a little bit of mechanics and whatnot. And just as I got older, I just started learning more and more and YouTube what I could and go to people that have had previous experience doing things like as far as building mega mud trucks. Kind of have them guide me in the correct direction that I need to go in. You know what I mean? That's just the way it kind of fell. Like I said, I never had any experience doing bending tubing or I've had prior experience using stick welding, but I actually MIG welded the entire truck.
I find it fascinating. Do you go to car shows and get inspiration from other cars like most of us do?
Yeah, for the most part, I love going and seeing the creativity. No matter if it's a monster truck, a lowrider, or a classic, just seeing the artistic ability of people to create something that nobody else has. And like I said, getting inspiration, like for me, was seeing the massive motors like in a NASCAR or something like that, or like a dragster, what I'm talking about. And so I've always wanted to have a massive motor, and so putting in the tiniest truck I could find just seemed perfect.
Yeah. Now, was it your concept that to do this ladder frame that you've got here?
Yes, sir. I just kind of winged the whole build. I have no blueprints on it. I just stuck a piece there, and I was like, man, that looks pretty good. So I just, mocked it up, and piece by piece, and everything just kind of fell out that way.
Well, you're very talented. And so are you coming over here to Autorama?
If it's this weekend,
no, it's
next weekend coming up.
It's Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, it opens on Thanksgiving Day and runs through the weekend.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend due to my work schedule, working shift work.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year I will.
Well, you need to come out to Lupe Tortillas for the Christmas event, Christmas car show. The cruise-in next month.
Yeah, next month.
17th?
Okay.
17.
Trailer it out, drive it out, bring it out.
Yeah, we'd love to see it, and it's a great. It's a great
if one of y'all want to send me a link to it, I'll look into it, and hopefully it falls on one of my scheduled days off, and I'll be able to attend.
Mr. Mars, it's up to you. You'll do that for him.
You can take Mike for a ride in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, you'll have to get an elevator to get him up there because
just a lift, a simple lift will work.
How do you get into the cab of it to drive it?
So I built a 3.5 foot lift. It's built off of it operates off of a 4-wheeler winch that just got the little wireless remote. And I built the step and everything, and it actually actuates a 3.5 foot height. So it comes down to about your kneecap area. Step up on it, grab onto the bedside, hit the button. It'll raise you all the way up to the cab.
There you go.
Ain't nothing hurting your knees.
It's like one of those going up the stair things.
Yeah. For handicapped people.
For us. Yeah,
for us. That's right. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I am thoroughly impressed, and what a vision that you have. Do you watch any of those shows like Ian Roussel out in the desert that customizes the most bizarre things that you've ever seen in your entire life? You ever watch any of those?
No, sir. Unfortunately, I don't really watch much TV. All I do is work, and when I'm not working, I'm in my shop fabricating, designing something.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine the size of your shop. How in the world do you work on something that's 14 feet high?
Well, before I built the truck, I knew what I wanted to build as far as an off-road vehicle. And I didn't have a shop. All I got was a little carport. And I've had failed projects in the past due to the weather and hurricane floods we've had. So I hand built it's 16 foot wide by 48 foot long wooden building. It's got 12-foot walls. It's 14 feet to the peak with 10 by 10 doors front and rear. It took me a year to build that at home. Once I got done building that, that's when I went on the hunt for the Texas Toot car. That was bone stock when I got it.
Wow.
It was bone stock, so I assume that it had like a small 4-cylinder Japanese engine in it?
It had a 660cc motor, and those usually do around 30 horsepower.
And that's what powers his lift.
Yeah. There you go. Did you keep the motor? Do you still have it around?
I got rid of it a while back to somebody and, sold it off to somebody that needed a whole new drivetrain for their little mini truck.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, for those that are not watching this broadcast, I would encourage you to go to our website, and Mr. Mars will have the pictures up there because it's really something to see. Do you have a website where we can see this Texas Toot?
I have a bunch of social media accounts. I recorded the entire build process. So I'm located on YouTube under Meaux Made, or if you just type in Texas Toot, it should bring up anything
Meaux Made
related to Texas Toot.
That's MEAUX, Meaux, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then MADE Made.
Yep. Okay. Well, very good.
And it's all over Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok also. Just type in Texas Toot, and it'll bring up everything. And you'll see that day-to-day process of just stuff I'm going on in my life right now with it, and just the start of the build too.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're very impressed, and impressed not only with the build, but with you. Very talented guy, and we encourage you to keep up the great work, and we're really anxious to see your next build.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be pretty neat.
Yeah, not the garage now. We're talking about something on four wheels, but, yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Something with an LS and tubbed out. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely going to have a different motor, but it won't be an LS. It'll be something nobody else has done yet.
There you go. Well, listen, the best of luck to you, and we hope to see you. If you can't make it for Thanksgiving to Autorama, then let's make a date and go to the Lupe Tortilla event called Tailpipes and Tacos on December 17th. We'd love to see you, man.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to be able to join.
All right. Craig Meaux, thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. He's over there in the Neaterville area.
Yep.
Wow, what a talented guy.
You got to have the talent. You got to have the time. Patience,
and you got to have the vision. That's half the problem. You got to be able to visualize and say, "This is what I want to build." You know, that's really cool.
Yep.
Well, I'm not that talented.
But that's half the problem. Is
that's half your problem.
No, I can see it after somebody else has already done it, but doing it beforehand, that's
all of my problem. I can't see anything.
It's like the paint house. What they do, they envision a color and they put all the different pigments into that to make a color. It's just.
I know.
Yeah.
A lot of talented people in the automobile business. It's a canvas that starts off usually as a blank canvas, and then you grab a car and you go, you know what? I think I'd like to paint it this color.
Yeah.
When I have always been one to steal other people's ideas and then make it my own.
It's America.
It is America.
Now, when you were growing up and you did coloring, did you have the box of 64, or did you have the little pack, the little 16 pack, or the kind with the sharpener in the back?
It was somewhere in between there. Yeah, like a 32 pack of colors or something like that. Mm-hmm. That was much more affordable. I couldn't afford those great big jumbo box of colors.
And they're hard to put in your little carry-on briefcase.
We didn't have any of that. Okay. Whatever you took to school and left there in your desk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was on your supplies list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rich kids always had the big box of Crayolas. I had the medium-sized box
with the broken crayons in it.
No, I was very careful. I didn't break the crayons. I was careful not to do that.
Yeah, if you broke them, you had to eat them.
That's what you did.
That's what's going on.
And Jeff and I would sit over there and point to you and go, teacher, he's eating
the crayons.
He's eating magenta over there.
Did you also eat paste?
Did not care for paste. It was a little, didn't like the consistency of it.
Yeah, I'm sure that I ate paste. And there's nothing wrong with me now.
All right. For all you paste eaters out there, send your comments to Mike Mars.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Conrad is yet to join us, has he?
No, sir.
Okay, that's perfect. He has slept in, I'm sure. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars has the Kia Niro. How do you spell Niro?
Niro.
Dun, dun,
Niro.
Niro. Okay. All right. It's all yours, sir.
So this is the 2023 model of this, and it's a hybrid. So you can only get either a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid or a full-blown EV in the Niro. There is no gasoline-only version of this vehicle. Comes in 3 different trim levels, and there's a couple of subsets, but it's an LX, EX, and an SX as the top line. And off the EX and the SX, you can get a touring model that's got a few more little things on it.
You took it down to the beach, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you did. I mean, is that on a beach? Is that not a beach?
It is, but that's not my picture.
Oh, you stole the picture.
I stole the picture, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the we had the SX Touring model, which is a hybrid model, in the compact sedan
Are
class.
you eating something?
And no, sir. This is a redesign. The Niro actually came out in 2017, so this is a redesign for 2023. And it's got a lot of the things you would expect in the newer vehicles, the LED front projector headlights, fog lights. It doesn't have a complete LED package, which I thought was rather interesting. Not everything's LED, like a lot of them become, but it's got the key points that are LED. Got some roof rails, power lift gate, got rear privacy glass, power sunroof, got a power lift gate, and we were rolling on the optional 18-inch wheels, which it comes standard with some 16s. Now, also, the color on this thing was rather unique, had a lot of positive comments about it being a cityscape green is what they call it.
I like it.
But the back pillar, the seat pillar, is black. So it runs from the wheel well all the way up to the top. And it's pretty wide, and it's rather different looking.
It's unique.
Yeah. Got a lot of people's attention with that. And it kind of is one of those things, after a week, I'm kind of digging it a little bit.
Wow.
So you slide into the inside of it, and we had the Syntex seating material that we were for the seating. We had the heated and the ventilated front seats. We had a 10.25-inch touchscreen up front. Now, this is where we were going to connect with our Kia Connect system, all your convenience controls. Everything's right there, good and easy, handy. We had the wireless charging system. We had a Harman Kardon premium audio system that would just rock in this little vehicle. I'm just telling you, this is it was a system.
Jimmy or AC/DC?
Both.
Wow.
And that's where I've learned where that's kind of the key, kind of laid back, or you hear something like
that's your test tune?
Yeah, we had some coming over this morning, Dirty Deeds this morning.
Oh.
So all in all, it's a very likable interior. I mean, everything's within reach. It feels good. It's friendly. I mean, it's still kind of a small car because you sit kind of close to your passenger, but it's a very, very nice interior. Comfort feature use.
It's not too tight, but yet
it fits just right. So up under the hood, we had the 1.6 liter inline 4 as part of the hybrid system, and then there was a 32 kilowatt electric motor that kind of went with that, and together they produce 139 total horsepower. And this all feeds down to the front wheel drive system, 195 pound-feet of torque with a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. So it actually drives pretty kind of sporty wise because it is a small car and it is light, but it's got some juice to it, and it's a lot of fun. Now, the EPA says you should be looking for 53 in the city, 45 out on the highway, and combined of 49 because obviously you're running more electrical on the city side of it than you are out on the highway. Now, I drove it 434 miles, and for that time frame, because I did drive it a lot, 41.1 miles per gallon over that entire range there. And I thought that was really pretty good because not a lot of that was in town, but some of it was. And you can watch on the gauge and see when you're actually into the electrical side versus the gasoline side of it. But it was very friendly user drivability. I really like driving this car. You don't see the end of the hood when you're looking out over the dash the way I was setting. It's kind of like a Corvette. You don't really see the front of the car, so you don't really have anything that can constantly remind you that it's a small vehicle.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really ride like a small vehicle or like a smaller car. I thought it rode extremely well for the size that it is, particularly on the optional 18-inch wheels. Now, a base vehicle you can get for $27,785. And there's a lot of stuff on this LX model when you step into that. Now, the base trim price that when you step up to that SX Touring price, which again is the hybrid model that we have and the front wheel drive, is $34,700. So it's got quite a bit of stuff on it. But now the MSRP on the one that we were driving was $36,435, which it had $400 worth of options on it. That's that painted C-pillar, which, for $200 I would have got it, but it's what came with it. And so there's really no options on this other than the 18-inch alloy wheels that were included as part of the SX package.
Those are nice wheels, too. I like them.
They were. So I was really impressed with this vehicle. In fact, I had one of my daughters that was kind of thinking about looking at some new cars. I had her come over and check it out.
Yeah.
How many daughters do you have?
2.
Do you have 2 daughters?
And
yes.
The stripe reminds me of the old Starsky
I've never met either one of them.
No, but you've met granddaughter.
I have.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I met the granddaughter. But that stripe reminds me of Starsky and Hutch or that old A-Team GMC van with the
A-Team.
But it doesn't actually extend from the front to the back.
No, it just goes down to the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very very different looking. But it's attention getting,
and the
like
color's
I say,
nice. I like the
I
color.
thought for that price range, it was a very nice vehicle.
Well, I'll tell you, and it's no secret, I'm a big fan of Hyundai Kia. Overall, I think that they make an affordable, reliable product that's good-looking, modern, and all the other things that you look for in a car.
Is that the 100,000-mile warranty? Isn't that what they started out and what they do?
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
I don't remember seeing that specifically on this, but I know they've got a really good warranty.
I'm thinking maybe that's the introduction when they first had it. They had the 100,000.
No. They're still doing that. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Mars, I'm a little curious as to whether or not we're going to have the fellow from the Woodlands High School.
I am also.
Because
Clay?
I just went outside for a moment, and it is pouring over here.
Wow.
At outside the In Wheel Time studios.
And it's usually sunny all the time here over the studio. It's just today's an anomaly where we did get some weather, but it's generally the birds are singing.
They're not singing right now.
Well, no,
there's a little chill in the
cussing.
air, but it's certainly not like Buffalo, New York.
Looking at my weather map.
Yes.
They're not any better off in the Woodlands than what we are at the
Maybe
moment.
we need to put a weather map up on the screen for everybody. We'll do that
Yeah,
later.
they're getting wet there, too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've got something to fill the time that he was going to take for us.
I'm sure you do.
Always. We always have stuff to talk about.
I think I can interject
more
something on
car
that, too.
stuff. I want to remind you that the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And don't forget, podcasts are at your fingertips from your favorite podcast source. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting.
Hey, Houston, America's greatest hot rod tradition is back. Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 action-packed days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, performance cars, and live music. Do not miss the ultimate Lowrider Showcase, sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics and the traditional Rod Garage. Saturday only, it's the Tuner Galleria with 250 imports, ADM, and luxury cars, plus music and models. On the celebrity stage, presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration, meet Bad Chad and wife Jolene from Bad Chad Customs on Friday. Saturday, it's Dave Kindig from TV's Bitch and Rise. Sunday, it's Danny Coker and Kevin Mack from TV's Counting Cars. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama. November 25th to 28th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InRealTimeCarTalk.